Marhaban. In the English language, we have two types of voices. The first type of voice is what we call the active voice. An example of this is when I make the statement, the soldier killed the criminal. And we also have the passive voice. An example is when I say, the criminal was killed. What do you notice in these two statements? The first one mentioned the soldier who performed the action of the killing, and also the criminal who received the action of killing. Meaning here we have the subject and the object. While in the passive voice, we said this criminal was killed. The soldier is omitted. To express this in the Arabic language, the first one we say قتل الجندي المجرم. The soldier killed the criminal. Now in the passive voice, we say Kutilal mujrimu. The criminal was killed. Now what do you notice in this Arabic statement? The first one we have the word qatala, which is the original pattern of triliteral verb. Qatala. You can see. Now when we come to the passive voice, the word qatala changed to kutila. You can see kutila means he was killed. Qatala means he killed. Kutila, he was killed. Now the word al-mujrima, which was in the first statement, it appears as the object of the sentence maf'ulun bihi. Here it is now carrying dhamma when we say kutila al-mujrimu. This is because in the second statement, al-mujrim is coming as the naibul fa'il, meaning the assistant to the subject. Since the subject of the sentence al-jundi has been omitted, the object now takes the place of the al-jundi. So it is called naibul fa'il. Again, to summarize, naibul fa'il, which means the assistant of the subject, it is the object of the sentence who received the action whenever the action is performed, and it is expressed in a passive voice. Another example I can say Fataha Hamidun al-Baba. Hamid opened the door. What if I want to say the door is opened? I will simply say, or the door was opened, I will say Futihal Babu. The door was opened. Here I don't want to mention the subject of the sentence, therefore I simply change the verb from Fataha to Futiha. What if I want to say Hamid ate the food? I will say Akala Hamidun at-ta'ama. Hamid ate the food. The food was eaten, it will be Ukila ta'amu. So what the two things you need to understand here is that the past tense verb will be changed. The first letter will now be carrying dhamma, while the second letter will be carrying kisra. That's how we have kutila. That's how we have ukila. That's how we have futiha. Now, what if we want to use this voice in their present form? If we want to use the present form in the passive voice, first I can say yuqtalul mujrimu, which means the criminal is being killed. In the active voice, it would have been yaqtulul jundiyul mujrima. The soldier is killing the criminal. Now here the criminal is being killed, it will be yuqtalul mujrimu. To form the present tense verb in this pattern, the ya'ul mudara'a, which means the letter of mudari, as we know we have four letters of mudari. The first one is the hamza, the nun, the ya, and the ta. These letters are the present tense letters. These letters, whenever they are coming in the passive voice, they will be made to carry dhamma. And the second letter of the verb will now be carrying fatha. That's how we have yuqtalu, he's being killed. Yuftahu, it is being opened. Then yukramu, it is being honored. As we move on in this passage, you will understand this topic better. You will now know how to form the passive voice, because in the Quran you will see verbs in this manner coming. You will now know how to differentiate between the passive voices and also the active voice. So these verbs, let's go into them. Now we have Ad-Darsu Thalis, which is lesson 3 of our book Durusul Lughat al-Arabiyya Ligaidin Atakina Biha. For those of us who have not downloaded a copy, you can hit on the description box to download it through the link placed in there. We have conversation between the teacher and the students. Al-Mudarrisu said, Lima ta'akhartum ya ikhwan? Why did you delay? Why do you come late, oh brothers? They said, as Zubair said, لأن المطعم فتح اليوم متأخرا, because the kitchen was opened late today. We can see the word futiha, was opened. It is gotten from the word fataha. Al-Mudarris teacher said, Mata futiha, when was it opened? As Zubair said, futiha sa'ata sadisata, it was opened at 6 o'clock. Al-Mudarris said, وَمَتَى يُفْتَحُ كُلَّ يَوْمٍ, and when was it usually opened daily? Yuftahu, the word originally was fataha, yaftahu. In the passive to be futiha, yuftahu. Jabir said, Yuftahu sa'ata sadisata illa ruba'a. It is usually opened at 5:45. Al-Mudarris said, Ijlisu waftahul kitaba. All of us should sit and open the book. Aina kitabaka ya Idris. Where is your book, O Idris? Idris said, Suriqa kitabi. My book was stolen. The word is saraqo. In the past, it becomes suriqa. It was stolen because we don't want to mention the person who stole it. So he says, Suriqa kitabi. My book was stolen. Ya ustad, oh teacher. The teacher said, Suriqa kitabuka. Your book was stolen. Mata wa aina. When and where? Idris said, Suriqa al-barihata min ghurfati. It was stolen yesterday from my room. Wa ana ghaibun anha. While I was away from it, while I was absent. Was suriqat. You can see now suriqat. Now it is referring to a feminine word. Just like fataha, fatahat, futiha, futihat, suriqat ma'ahu ashya'u ukhor. Other things were stolen with it. Sa'ati, my watch, wa hidha'i, my shoe, wa mu'adhamu malabisi, and most of my clothes. Al-Mudarris said, Awadaqallahu anha, minha. May Allah replace it for you. Uridul ana an as'alakum as'ilatan fima darastum amsi. And now I want to ask you a question now concerning what you learned yesterday. في أي شهر ولد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. In what month was the prophet born? So ulida, he was born. Ahmad said, ulida sallallahu alayhi wasallam fi shahri Rabi' al-Awwal. He was born in the month of Rabi' al-Awwal. Al-Mudarris said, وَفِي أَيِّ سَنَةٍ أُولِدَ يَا جَابِرٍ. And in what year was he born, O Jabir? Jabir said, مَا أَدْرِي, I don't know. Al-Mudarris said, أَلَمْ تَدْرُسُوا هَذَا. Did you all not study this? Now, Jabir said, Bala. Exactly, we studied it. Darasnahu, we studied it. وَلَكِنَّنِي نَسِيتُ, but I forgot. Al-Mudarris said, Man ya'rifu hadha, who knows this? Idris said, Ulida sallallahu alayhi wasallam ama sabi'ina wa khamsimi'atin lil milad. He was born 570 AD lil milad. MashaAllah. Al-Mudarris said, Hadha sahihun, this is correct. في أي عام ولدت أنت يا إدريس. In what year were you born, O Idris? ولدت, ولدت, you born, you gave birth. ولدت, you were born. Just like فتحت, you were opened. قتلت, you were killed. ضربت, you were beaten. Idris said, ولدت عام 85 وثلاثمائة وألف للهجرة. I was born year 1385 Hijrah, after Hijrah. Al-Mudarris said, وَفِي أَيِّ آمٍ وُلِدْتَ أَنْتَ يَا أَحْمَدْ. In what year were you born, O Ahmad? Ahmad said, وُلِدْتُ عَامَ 67 وتسعمائة وألف للميلاد. I was born in the year 1967 AD, after the death of Christ. Before the birth of Christ now. Al-Mudarris said, Ayna wulidta ya Ahmad, after the birth of Christ. Ayna wulidta ya Ahmad, where were you born, O Ahmad? Ahmad said, Wulidtu fi Pakistan. I was born in Pakistan. Al-Mudarris said, Idhan anta idhan Pakistaniyun. Therefore you are a Pakistani. So Nigeriyu, Pakistaniyu, Saudiyu, Amerikiyu. MashaAllah. Isma'u ya ikhwan. Listen, O brothers. Ashrahul ana qa'idatan nahwiyatan muhimmatan. I am going to be explaining an important Grammar. الفعل إما مبني للمعلوم. If a verb is either constructed or built for the active, for the known, meaning a verb is either constructed for the known subject, وإما مبني للمجهول, or it is constructed for a subject which is unknown, as we have discussed earlier. أما المبني للمعلوم فمثله. As for the one whose subject is known, example of it is قتل, he killed. يقتل, he is killing. You can see here the word he is showing, so it is معلوم. وأما المبني للمجهول. As for the one whose subject is not known, family example is قتل, he was killed. Who killed who? We don't know. يقتل, he is being killed. We don't know who is performing the action. يحذف الفاعل مع الفعل المبني للمجهول. As for the verb that is being constructed for the unknown, such verb, the subject will be omitted. ويحل المفعول به محله, and the object will now take its place. ويسمى نائب الفاعل, and the object will now be called the assistant subject. وهو مرفوع, and the object will now be carrying ضمة. نقول, we will say قتل الجندي الجاسوس. The soldier killed the spy. So when the soldier is not known, it becomes قتل الجاسوس. The spy was killed. You can see here, the soldier killed the spy is carrying fatha because the soldier is there. The spy was killed, the spy now carries dhamma. Now another example we have يسمع الناس الأذان بوضوح. People are hearing the adhan clearly. It becomes يسمع الأذان بوضوح. The adhan is heard clearly. This is because the adhan here, we don't mention an-nasu again. That is why adhan will not be carrying dhamma. يا معاوية, O معاوية, ابن الفعل في هذه الجملة للمجهول. Now we have a sentence, O Muawiyah. The verb that is there, you have to build it for the majhul. The sentence says خلق الله الإنسان من طين. Allah created mankind from dust. Yes, or from mud. So you will now say خلق الإنسان. Man is being created. You don't mention Allah here, so it becomes خلق الإنسان من طين. Man is being created from tin. You can see as Muawiyah said, Al-insanu huna naibul fa'il. Here the al-insan becomes the assistant of the subject since the subject is not there. Al-Mudarris said, Hati mithalan akhar lil fi'li al-mabni lil-majhul ya Idris. Bring another example for a verb whose subject is not known, O Idris. Idris said, قتل عمر رضي الله عنه وهو يصلي بالناس في المسجد النبوي. Umar radiallahu anhu was killed while he was praying in the mosque of the Prophet. Al-Mudarris said, Ya Ahmad, O Ahmad, Hati mithalan akhar ala an yakuna al-fi'lu fihi mudari'an. Bring another example and make sure that the present tense verb, the verb is a present tense verb. Ahmad said, يقتل آلاف من الناس في الحروب. Thousands of people are killed in wars. Al-Mudarris said, Ya Jabir, O Jabir, Hati mithalan akhar. Bring another example. Ala an yakuna naibul fa'il fihi mu'annathan. In this example, the naibul fa'il, that is the assistant object, should be a feminine noun. Example, he said, تقرأ سورة الفاتحة في كل ركعة. Surah Al-Fatiha is read in every unit of the prayer. Because Surah 2 is a feminine word, so the verb will also be in the feminine form. That's why we say tuqra'u. Al-Mudarris said, Ya Hasan, O Hasan, atastati'u an tadhkura ayatan fiha fi'lun mabniyyun lil-majhul. Can you bring a verse of the Quran which has a verb that is majhul in it? Al-Hasan said, Na'am. Astati'u bi'awnillah. I can with the help of Allah. Qala Allah Ta'ala. Allah the Most High says, وَالَّذِينَ يَدْعُونَ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ. And those whom they call other than Allah. لَا يَخْلُقُونَ شَيْئًا. They do not create anything. وَهُمْ يُخْلَقُونَ. And they are created. يخلقون, they are creating. يخلقون, they are being created. Now Al-Mudarris said, أحسنت يا حسن, you did very well, oh Hassan. أيمكنك أن تذكر حديثا نبويا يحوي فعل مبني المجهول يا زبير? Oh Zubair, can you bring a hadith of the Prophet which has a fi'l that is in the mabni pattern, oh Zubair? As Zubair said, يمكنني إن شاء الله, I can, Allah's willing. Call, he said. Call Rasulullah, the Prophet said, لا يلدغ المؤمن, a believer is not stung min juhrin wahidin marratain, from the same hole twice. Yuldagu, you can see yaldagu, he is stinging. Yuldagu, he is being stung. Al-Mudarris said, MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Al-Hussein said, Intahal waqtu ya ustaz, the time is finished, oh ustaz, the time is up. Al-Mudarris said, Aronna al-jarasu, as the bell rang. Al-Hussein said, La yusma'u sawtul jarasi fi faslina haza. The sound of the bell is not being heard in this our class. Al-Mudarris said, Mundu mata, since when? Al-Hussein said, Mundu usbu'ayni aw akthar, since 2 weeks or even more. Now we have this nice conversation that we have listened to, and we've been able to see a lot of sentences on al-fi'lul majhul, that is past verb which are being built in the majhul case. I know what majhul case means. It means verbs whose subjects are not there. We only have the sub-objects which are taking the positions of the subject. We have tamarin, short exercise to revise and to learn better what we have learned, to test ourselves also. Number one, we have Ajib anil as'ilatil atiya. We are to answer the following questions. The first question says, Lima ta'akhkhara tullabu. Why did the students delayed? We can say, ta'akhkharu li'anna al-mat'ama futiha muta'akhiran. They delayed because the dining was opened lately. Number two, we have في أي ساعة يفتح المطعم كل يوم. At what time is the kitchen always open daily? So we say يفتح المطعم كل يوم في ساعة السادسة إلا ربعا. The kitchen is being opened 5:45 every day. ومتى فتح اليوم, and when was it open today? We say فتح اليوم الساعة السادسة. It was open 6 o'clock. Number three, we have في أي شهر ولد النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. In what month was the Prophet born? We say ولد النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم في ربيع الأول. Prophet was born in the month of ربيع الأول. في شهر ربيع الأول, in the month of ربيع الأول. Number four, we have في أي عام ولد النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. What year was the Prophet born? We say ولد عام الفيل, or ولد عام 70 و500 للميلاد. He was born in the year 570. So we have number five, في أي عام ولدت أنت. In what year were you born? I will say mine. You can also say yours in the comment section. Mine is ولدت عام 94 وتسعمائة وألف للميلاد. I was born in the year 1994. Now we have number six, أين قتل عمر. Where was Umar killed? We say قتل عمر في مسجد النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. في مسجد النبوي. Umar was killed in the mosque of the Prophet. Number seven, we have أي سورة تقرأ في كل ركعة. Which surah is being recited in every unit of the prayer? We say تقرأ سورة الفاتحة في كل ركعة. Surah al-Fatiha is being read in every unit of the prayer. And lastly, we have من الذي سرق كتابه. Whose book was stolen? Let's check again and see which person lost his book, or which person got his book stolen. Okay. Now, okay. سرق كتاب إدريس. سرق كتاب إدريس. Idris' book was stolen. MashaAllah. You can see this nice exercise. We have been able to solve it together. You can resolve it and perhaps drop it in the comment section so all of us can learn together. Thanks for staying tuned. Until we meet again, we'll be coming up with the follow-up lessons and questions to better our understanding of this topic. So whenever you come across this topic, you know how to handle it without any fear. Until then, do make sure you like, share with your friends, and drop your comments in the comment section. Assalamu alaikum.